Hello everyone, my name's Jalise. This is the JJ Movie T Social Game Reviews, and right now I'm doing my top 10 movie trilogies. These is not including the freaking anime films or cartoon films such as Toy Story, Toy Story 1, Toy Story 2, Toy Story 3. Those films are great. It's just I'm not counting on this one. So these are the movie trilogy. This could be westerns, this could be action, drama, romance, anything that has a dream movie, and it has a little bit overboard, like a 4 or 5. I will accept it as a dream movie if the dream movies are really good. But if it has like 7 or 8 like Harry Potter, I am not going to include that. So if it has longer than that, or longer than 6, I'm not going to include that. The original Star Wars series will be count as one, and the new one will count as another. Also, another thing, I have not seen The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, all 3 of the films, so I can't really judge them all. So yeah, they're not going to be included on this list. So yeah, let's start off with number 10. Is actually a case I do not have right now, but I have watched all 3 films. It's none other than the sci-fi films, Back to the Future. Back to the Future was an amazing. The first film I thought was classic. Second film, it's a guilty pleasure of mine. The third film, it was good. I enjoyed the third film, but the Western thing was kind of corny in a way. But that's all about Back to the Future. It's corny, but it's cool. It's Michael J. Fox, and then we got that wacky doctor. For the love of me, I forgot the doctor's name. But yeah, he's number 10 on the list. I mean, not him, but the entire movie trilogy is number 10 on the list just because you get to go back in time with a really cool-ass car. The 3 movies, to me, I think were also... I enjoyed the second one, too. I don't hate it like most people do, but I enjoyed the second one, loved the first, and I did enjoy the third one, too. I enjoyed mostly all that trilogy, for the most part. So, yeah, number 10. Number 9... Now, a lot of people are going to hate me on this. Everyone's going to put this like on the YouTube page because none other than it's the Dark Knight Trilogy. This is including Batman Begins, Dark Knight, and Dark Knight Rises. Now, I know everyone puts the Dark Knight as the best superhero. Not only is the best superhero movie trilogy, but also one of the best trilogies of all time. To me, no, it's not. Okay, look. Batman Begins, a classic film. I love this. It's my favorite Batman film. My second favorite Batman film is another classic film, The Dark Knight. And then there's The Dark Knight Rises. To me, okay, if you know my reviews, you know I do not like The Dark Knight Rises. If you're subscribed to me, you know I don't like The Dark Knight Rises. I still have respect for some of the acting and Tom Hardy that plays Bane, but I do not like the plot line of the bomb and how he had Batman in his arms. He could have killed him any time, could have exploded the bomb, but he's going to wait 6 months for Batman to come to save the day at the last minute. Batman doesn't get killed by radiation poisoning by having that bomb, even though he's so far away. You break your back, hit it in 2. It's very unrealistic. Not just an unrealistic film. And some people think I'm too harsh in The Dark Knight Rises. But it is a bad film because the first 2 Christopher Nolan films were very realistic. They very showed out every single scene. This did not. So Dark Knight Rises, to me, is a bad film. But that does not mean it's not a great trilogy because the first 2 are, to me, the best. They're number 2 and 3 on my list for our top 10 superhero movies of all time. So they are classics. I was really hoping Dark Knight Rises was going to take number 1, but did not. So yeah, it's okay. It's a good trilogy just because of the first 2 films, but the third one kills it, so that's number 9. So sue me on that one. Okay, and another one is going to... I know you're all not going to like me for this one either. Is number 8, Terminator. The original Terminator, not the original Terminator. The original Terminator, Terminator 2, and Terminator 3. Like the Dark Knight Trilogy, the first 2 films were classic. And the third one, this was slightly above average. I actually enjoyed this film for the most part, but that's why it beats the Dark Knight Trilogy, and that's because I like the first Terminator 3 better than Dark Knight Rises. So sue me again. That's number 8 on the list. Number 7 on the list. Sorry, I'm going to try to do this real fast right now. Number 7 is none other than the Iron Man Trilogy. And I believe this is the best superhero trilogy. I seen Iron Man 1, I thought this was a classic. Iron Man 2 was okay. And Iron Man 3, I thought was a great film. Even if what they did to the Mandarin, which I know a lot of Iron Man people are against, which I can understand why. But if people have a problem with how they did to the Mandarin, then people should complain about what they did to Talia al Ghul in The Dark Knight Rises for comic book fans. So people shouldn't write about this so much, and they praise The Dark Knight, because it's the same thing when they trash the comic characters, but they did it in the right way, and they did it in a good way. So yeah, I found this a very enjoyable film, so yeah, that's why number 7, again, the third film saved it from getting that. So that's number 7 on the list. Now, number 6 on the list is going to have to be the Jurassic Park Trilogy. I have seen all 3 films, and Jurassic Park is one of my favorite films of all time. It's a classic for me. Jurassic Park 2, I thought was a great film. I thought it was a really great film. I was impressed that they had a second one, and I was impressed. Third one, Steven Spielberg didn't direct it, but I thought this was a good Jurassic Park film, Jurassic Park 3. So, yeah, the Jurassic Park series, if you haven't seen them, check them out. It's a great things for dinosaurs. Jurassic Park 1, classic. Jurassic Park 2, it's a great film. And Jurassic Park 3 is a good to okay to good film. It really has good marks on it for not being Steven Spielberg's movie. But still, great films. Yeah, now we go to the top 5. And number 5 is an action film called the Bourne Trilogy. Now, this stars Matt Damon. He plays a spy who basically lost a memory in the first one, trying to find out who he is and everything and he runs basically a government organization in America, control him, or an organization overall. And then the second film is the Bourne Supremacy. He's coming back to get revenge on the people who have done something to him, who has hurt the people he's loved. Now he come back for vengeance, and the Bourne Ultimatum is his true identity and why he was put in this government agency. It's a great action film. Love the stunts. The Bourne Supremacy is my favorite. Bourne Identity was a great film. Bourne Supremacy was a classic to me, and Bourne Ultimatum was a good to great film. I enjoyed all the films. Great action scenes, great movements of the entire, great surroundings of the environment of the cities that they always go to. So yeah, that's number 5 on the list. Number 5. Number 4 is the Indiana Jones trilogy. I know there's a 4th one. I'm just not gonna count that one. But I don't hate it. It's a iffy film for me sometimes. But the first 3 films of the Indiana Jones series, Raiders of the Lost Ark, I find this a great film. It's not my favorite Indiana Jones, but it's a good one. A great one. Indiana Jones Temple of Doom, to me, this is my favorite, the classic. And Last Crusade is the classic also. I found all 3 of these films great. I love Raiders of the Lost Ark and Temple of Doom. If you want to know more about my Indiana Jones opinions about this, check out my reviews. Subscribe to on the YouTube page if you like. So this is going to be like this is number 4. Great 3 films. Love it. If you love Indiana Jones, you love the stories, you got to check this out. So that's number 4 on the list. And a lot of people are going to disagree with me on this one. And people are honking outside. Okay, who gives a damn? And number 3 is none other than the original Star Wars films. New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. Now, here's the thing. We all know the prequels were not that great. Compared to this, no. To me, I enjoyed New Hope. I thought it was a good to great film. It's just, I think it was a little, too corny, and some of the lines, like I said, if you want to know more, check out my reasons why I did Star Wars reviews over it. Okay, my top 6 Star Wars films, or worst the best Star Wars films. Empire Strikes Back is my 3rd favorite film of all time. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. I love that film. It's such a great film. I Am Your Father. We all know why the original Star Wars trilogy was so awesome. The Return of the Jedi just sealed it off with the death of Darth Vader. And sorry for spoilers if you haven't seen it, but what a great film. A great trilogy. Number 3. This is a classic trilogy. And now it's time for the final 2. And I know a lot of people might dislike me on the YouTube page, but this is my opinion. I want you all to respect that, and if you respect me, you respect this decision. So let's start it off, and if you disagree, let me know, because it was very hard for me to choose number 1 or number 2. So let's start it off. The Godfather is number 2. Not number 1, sorry people. No. That's number 1. To me, is a personal favorite of mine. Here's the thing. I was never really into the Godfather films. Not really. But I have to respect and love these films. And when I rewatch it, I realized I was an idiot back then when I was younger. And I still love these entire series. It's one of my favorite, like I said, favorite movies of all time. Also for a trilogy. People hate the 3rd one. I thought the 3rd one was really strong. I thought it was a great film. The first one to me was classic. The second one was classic. And the 3rd one was great. I didn't hate that film at all. I don't know what people's problem with Godfather Part 3. The entire thing of Michael Corleone, how he became the new Godfather, how he struggled at the beginning, and then how he struggled in the middle, the sacrificing, how the 3rd one he's trying to leave the business, but then it's just the way of the life. The life of the Godfather is the life of the mob man, the boss, the everything, and it's such a great story. The Michael Corleone family. I love this entire trilogy. This is definitely like my top 25 movies. It's not my favorite gangster film, I know, right? But yeah, this is such a great trilogy. So this is number 2 on the list. Check it out. And number 1, I know everyone's gonna hate me for this, but this helped me out through a difficult time in my life, and yeah, well, I really enjoyed all these damn films, and it's hard not to. Great soundtrack, great acting, great storytelling. I think you all know what I'm talking about. The one thing that could possibly be the Godfather on my list is the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I love the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I thought all 3 films were great. They had the right actors: Ian McKellen, Viggo Mortensen, Sam Neill, Elijah Wood, Orlando Bloom, a good actor. Kate Blanchett's in this film. There's so many great things about these films. The soundtrack, the ultimate redemption. It's all about friendship, love, loyalty, darkness against light against light against the darkness against the light, good versus evil. What is truly evil? What is addiction, like The Ring or anything like that? It's a fantasy film. I do not care if you don't like fantasy, but you must check out these films. The Lord of the Rings trilogy is by far the best trilogy, in my opinion, of all time, since obviously it's number 1. But that's how it is. That's how my opinion is, and I love this entire trilogy. My favorite is Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers. Check out my review if you want to see that one. But overall, like I said, number 10 is none other than Back to the Future. Number 9 is none other than the Batman trilogy, Dark Knight trilogy. Sue me if you don't like it. Number 8 is none other than Terminator. Like I said, same flaws like Batman and the Dark Knight trilogy. And number 7 is none other than the Terminator series. Number 6 is none other than number 6. Sorry about that. Like number 6 is Iron Man. Yeah, well, you all know the reviews. I'm sorry I messed up on that part. But yeah, you know my top 5: Bourne Trilogy, Indiana Jones, Star Wars, Godfather, and Lord of the Rings. Sorry, I have a real bad memory with this stuff sometimes, but whatever. That is my top 10 movie trilogies of all time. Let me know what y'all think, everyone. Y'all have a good day. Subscribe if you like me. Disagree if you want. Leave a respectable comment. If you would give a respectable comment to me, I will leave a respectable comment to you. This is how it is. Be all fair to YouTubers. Check out each other's videos. I'll subscribe to you guys if I see your videos are good. And I'm not just going to join you guys if you subscribe to me. I'm going to check them out, see if they're good. And then if you do a couple more videos and I enjoy, I'll probably check out your page for another time. I subscribe to some of you, my fellow subscribers. And thank you for giving me 32 subscribers. That's a special shout out for most of my subscribers. I'm going to do a video soon about that. So check them out. All my subscribers, let me know what y'all think, everyone. Bye-bye.